Hi everyone, my name is Emily Thompson, and I'm here to share a story that's been a wild ride of emotions, dreams, friendship, betrayal, and, ultimately, justice. It's a long one, so grab a coffee, settle in, and let me take you through the journey that changed my life. I hope my story inspires you to protect your dreams and fight for what's yours. I've always been in love with stories. As a little girl growing up in a small town, I'd spend hours curled up with books, lost in worlds of mystery and adventure. My parents, both teachers, nurtured this passion, filling our home with novels and journals. By age 10, I was scribbling my own tales, stories of brave detectives and hidden secrets, in colorful notebooks. My mom would read them and say, "Emily, you're going to be a famous author one day." Those words stuck with me, fueling my dream to see my name on a book cover. In high school, I joined the creative writing club and entered local writing contests, winning a few awards that boosted my confidence. My English teacher, Mrs. Carter, saw my potential and encouraged me to pursue writing in college. So, I enrolled in a university with a strong English literature program, eager to hone my craft and chase my dream. That's where I met Jessica Davis. We were freshmen in a creative writing workshop, and we clicked instantly. Jessica had a sharp wit and a knack for vivid descriptions, but she often doubted her abilities. We'd spend late nights in the library, swapping story ideas and critiquing each other's work. I'd share my drafts, and she'd marvel at my plot twists, saying things like, "Emily, how do you come up with this stuff?" Our friendship grew strong, built on a shared love for storytelling and dreams of becoming published authors. After college, life pulled us in different directions. I landed a job as a copywriter at a small advertising agency in the city. It wasn't glamorous, writing slogans for toothpaste and car insurance, but it paid the bills and kept my writing skill sharp. Jessica, meanwhile, was working as a barista at a cozy coffee shop, struggling to make ends meet while working on her novel. We stayed close, meeting every few weeks at our favorite cafe to catch up and share our writing progress. Those meetings were my sanctuary, a reminder of why I loved writing. For 3 years, I poured my heart into my own novel, a mystery thriller called Shadows of Deception. It followed a detective, Claire Harper, unraveling a conspiracy involving corrupt officials and a secret society. I spent countless nights researching criminal psychology, plotting intricate twists, and crafting characters I felt connected to. There were moments of doubt. Writer's block hit hard sometimes, but I pushed through, driven by my dream. By my late 20s, I had a 300-page manuscript I was proud of. It wasn't perfect, but it was mine, and I believed it had potential. I wanted feedback from someone I trusted, so naturally, I turned to Jessica. Over coffee one sunny afternoon, I told her about my finished novel. "Jess, I did it," I said, my voice trembling with excitement. "I finished Shadows of Deception. Would you read it and tell me what you think?" "Be honest, I can take it." Her eyes lit up. "Emily, that's amazing." "Of course, I'll read it. I can't wait to see what you've created." I emailed her the manuscript that evening, feeling a mix of nerves and anticipation. I expected her to get back to me in a week or two with notes or suggestions. But weeks passed, and I heard nothing. I sent a gentle follow-up email. "Hey Jess, any thoughts on the manuscript?" She replied that she was swamped with work and would read it soon. Another month went by, and her responses grew vaguer: family issues, a busy schedule, you name it. I didn't want to nag, so I let it slide, assuming she'd get to it eventually. Then came the day that turned my world upside down. It was a Saturday, and I was browsing my favorite bookstore, a cozy place with creaky floors and the smell of old books. As I wandered through the new releases, a book caught my eye. The cover was striking, dark and moody, with bold red lettering. The title was Veil of Secrets, and the synopsis on the back described a detective uncovering a conspiracy with twists that sounded eerily familiar. My heart raced as I recognized my own plot points: a detective named Clara Hart, a secret society, and a betrayal that mirrored my novel's climax. With trembling hands, I opened the book and read the first chapter. The writing style was different, but the story was unmistakably mine. The dialogue, the settings, even specific phrases I'd labored over were there, slightly tweaked, but clearly my work. I flipped to the author's bio, Jessica Davis. My best friend had stolen my novel and published it as her own. I felt like I'd been punched in the gut. My vision blurred with tears as I bought the book and rushed home. That night, I read it cover to cover, marking every stolen passage. By morning, I was exhausted, angry, and heartbroken. How could Jessica do this? We'd shared everything, our hopes, our fears, our stories. This betrayal cut deeper than anything I'd ever experienced. I called her the next day, trying to keep my voice steady. Jessica, I saw your book. It's my story. You stole Shadows of Deception. She laughed nervously. Emily, what are you talking about? It's my book. I wrote it. Don't lie to me. The plot is identical. Clara Hart? The Secret Society? You even used my twist with the detective's sister. Emily, you're overreacting. There are only so many ways to write a mystery. It's just a coincidence. Coincidence? You have my exact scenes, my exact words. I sent you the manuscript, Jessica. I trusted you. She tried to deflect. Look, maybe I was inspired by your ideas, but it's not the same. You can't copyright a concept. This isn't a concept. It's my entire manuscript. I have proof, drafts, emails, everything. This is plagiarism, and you know it. The call ended with her insisting I was mistaken, but I wasn't buying it. Our friendship was over, and I was determined to make things right. I spent the next week gathering evidence. I had every draft of Shadows of Deception saved on my laptop, with timestamps going back 3 years. I found emails where I'd shared chapters with Jessica, including one where she wrote, "The sister's betrayal is genius. How did you think of that?" That twist was now the centerpiece of her book. I also contacted our college writing group. 2 members, Rachel and Tom, remembered me sharing early drafts and could confirm I'd been working on the story since our sophomore year. I wasn't just angry, I was devastated. Writing was my passion, my escape, and Jessica had taken that from me. I confided in my older sister, Laura, who was furious on my behalf. "You need to fight this, Em," she said. "You can't let her get away with stealing your dream." Laura's words gave me strength. I decided to consult a lawyer. Sarah Mitchell, an intellectual property attorney, reviewed my evidence and was confident we had a strong case. "The similarities are undeniable, and your documentation is solid," she said. "We can sue for copyright infringement and seek damages. But it won't be quick or cheap. Are you ready for that?" I nodded. This is my life's work. I have to do this. While Sarah prepared the legal case, I wanted to expose Jessica publicly. She was basking in the spotlight, doing interviews and book signings, all based on my stolen work. It wasn't fair, and I needed to act. I learned Jessica was speaking at the City Literary Festival, a prestigious event attended by authors, publishers, and fans. She'd be reading from Veil of Secrets and discussing her creative process. It was the perfect stage for a public reckoning. Using an anonymous email account, I sent the festival organizers excerpts from my manuscript and Jessica's book, highlighting identical passages, along with my time-stamped drafts and our email exchanges. I kept the tone neutral, letting the evidence speak for itself. I also planned to attend the festival and ask a question during the Q&A to draw attention to the issue. The festival day arrived, and I was a nervous wreck. I dressed casually to blend in and took a seat near the front of the auditorium. The room buzzed with excitement as Jessica and other authors took the stage. She looked confident, smiling as the moderator introduced her as a rising star in the mystery genre. During the panel, Jessica talked about her inspiration for Veil of Secrets, claiming it came from years of brainstorming and hard work. I clenched my fists, my anger simmering. When she read my passage, about the detective's confrontation with the villain, I could barely sit still. The Q&A session began, and before I could raise my hand, a man in the front row stood up. "I'm Mark Johnson from the City Times," he said. "Jessica, there's been online buzz about similarities between your book and an unpublished manuscript. Can you address that?" Jessica's smile vanished. She stammered, "I'm not aware of any such claims. My work is original." Mark pressed, "But specific passages are nearly identical. How do you explain that?" The audience murmured, and Jessica's face flushed. "It's probably a coincidence," she said weakly. "Great minds think alike." The moderator moved on, but the damage was done. People were whispering, pulling out their phones to search for the controversy. I felt a surge of hope. This was the moment I'd been waiting for. After the panel, I approached Mark and introduced myself. "I'm Emily Thompson, the writer whose manuscript was stolen." I showed him my evidence on my phone. He was intrigued and agreed to investigate further. Over the next week, Mark's article in the City Times, titled "Local Author Accused of Plagiarism, Stolen Manuscript Scandal," went viral. Social media exploded with #JusticeForEmily trending as readers and writers compared our manuscripts online. Jessica's publisher suspended sales of Veil of Secrets pending an investigation. The legal battle was intense. The trial, 6 months later, drew media attention. Sarah presented our evidence, drafts, emails, and testimony from our writing group. Jessica's team argued the similarities were coincidental, but our forensic experts confirmed the authenticity of my files. After 2 weeks, the judge ruled in my favor, finding Jessica guilty of copyright infringement. She was ordered to pay damages for her profits and emotional distress, and her book was permanently withdrawn. With the settlement, I self-published Shadows of Deception. The scandal's publicity propelled it to the bestseller lists, and readers loved both the story and my real-life triumph. I signed with a top agent and secured a deal for my next novel. Jessica's career collapsed. Her publisher dropped her, and she left the city, her reputation in tatters. I heard she took a desk job, her writing dreams shattered. This experience was painful but transformative. It taught me to protect my work and trust carefully. I now advocate for writers' rights, speaking at conferences about intellectual property. My advice? Never let anyone steal your dreams. Fight for what's yours, and with persistence, you can win. Thank you for listening. If you've faced betrayal or fought for your passion, I'd love to hear your story. Keep chasing your dreams and never give up. If you like the story, then hit the like button and subscribe our channels for daily new event stories. I hope you enjoy the story.